The Life of Eric Zahn. This is a game. Okay, so background. A couple of years ago, Yahtzee did this thing where he challenged himself to do 12 games in 12 months. And he did like a little YouTube series on it called Dev Diary, kind of as just a little, get the creative juices flowing kind of a thing. And some of them were pretty good. And I haven't played most of them. I checked out a couple of them, and they were fine. They were, little things that, got done by a solo dev in a month. And two of them are very explicitly horror themed, and, he is also a huge fan of his Lovecraftian nonsense, so they both kind of fall into that line. We're going to take a look at both of those today. And then cap it off with 1213, a very different, much older project of his. But first up on the ticket, The Life of Eric Zahn is based off of a short story by Lovecraft called The Music of Eric Zahn, which is about a man in Paris who hears a strange violin that he can't quite comprehend, and he seeks out the man playing it, who is a paranoid, reclusive, old deaf man named Eric Zahn, who will stay up all hours of the night playing this wild violin. And this man, the narrator, gets to know Eric somewhat and listens to him play. But Eric Zahn, will at times launch himself toward the window in a fit and just start playing wildly. And he's mute, not deaf. He's a mute. My bad. So when the narrator asks him, "Why do you do this?" he starts furiously scribbling out pages of trying an explanation. And in the middle of all this, he's left the drapes open, and the narrator sees these distant lights and strange shadows on the horizon, to which Eric begins again his playing, and he realizes, like, oh, whatever he's writing about is out there, and he's playing to keep it at bay. And then all the pages blow out the window, and you can never get a clear answer. And ultimately Eric plays himself to death. He dies of exhaustion. So we are playing as that man. Watch the sky at night. If you see the lines mimic... Watch the sky at night. If you see the lines, mimic with them with your bow and play. For the love of God, play. So left and right angles the bow. Aha, okay. So we're trying to match the angle of the lines in the distance. Weird. It's coming through my... Hold on. Let me try that and start this whole... It's coming through my speakers and not into my headset for some reason. There we go. Okay, that was weird. So I think... the stars line up when your bow is in the correct position. And yeah, no, I agree. Zero punctuation feel like I still watch it regularly, and it's not bad. Like, it hasn't... You know, he's still very good at what he does. It just feels like a product of 10 years ago that got popular and now is too big to die. And it's definitely softened over the years. Like, it's not as angry as it used to be, because that's not, you know, where we are as a culture anymore, hopefully. But it's also nice seeing him branch out into other projects. Like extra punctuations coming back, an essay series he used to do. And I am a big fan of his books and his games. Okay, so there is a balancing act we need to play with this. Study refills our inspiration. Sleep refills our stamina. And we are going to have to pay rent. We have a limited amount of time to do these things. I like Mogworld. I like Jam. The Space Captain series is interesting. I think Differently Morphous is my favorite, but that's because it ties so directly into the Chizou mythos and the consuming shadow. Oh yeah, Differently Morphous is about it started as an audiobook. Like, the print version didn't come out for a year. Like after the audiobook came out. Differently Morphous is about a group of Shoggoths come through a portal seeking asylum. And the shady government supernatural Lovecraftian government office that works, you know, secretly under MI6 has to change all of its office politics to accommodate for friendly interdimensional horrors. I'm guessing I can't use the same set of words every time. see. What are good words here? Hurting and appeasing. Let's go with that. Eyes are a physical thing, an organic thing, a corporeal thing, a thing one could understand. I only wish the things below my window were eyes. Let's spend some time sleeping because we're not looking so good. Yeah, the hand kind of resets to a neutral position when you're done, when you let go of the button. It seems the health just kind of goes down. So it's not really a result of how well you're doing at the game. It's more of you're staying up all night and becoming tired. £5 rent is due in 2 days. Pay on time or I find my money elsewhere. Simple as that. All right, well, we need to make some rent money then. So. Well, those are bad word combinations. All right, well, we've already spent some time making money, so we're set there. So let's heal, and then there. Tomorrow we can make the rest of the money, and then we can top our meters off. So one of the problems with a lot of Lovecraft adaptations is the stories are more ideas than full-fledged stories. Like Eric Zahn is a really neat idea, but you'd be hard-pressed to make a larger piece out of it. And he's got a lot. Lovecraft has a lot of the mysterious ship comes to mind, which is literally just about 2 pages long, and it's a ship showed up and took some people. Oh, a ship showed up somewhere else and took some people. Oh, all those people were found in the Arctic Circle. Oh, I guess they're home now, and the ship's been destroyed. Okay, bye. Oh, my inspiration's almost empty. I'll be around tomorrow morning for my 5 francs. Okay. Well, I'm not sure how this, there. Not sure how this keyword system is supposed to work, but... Normal playing won't appease the red lights. Only one chord works. Between A and D major when the strings vibrate on their own. I've never read much of Philip K. Dick, actually. Okay. Okay, we got money, we got inspiration, and we're not dead. Oh, we're gonna have to switch up. Oh, I can use AWSD as well, so that's more useful. It's helpful to get the tab. Yeah, I've seen, oh, I see. I see. So we play normally when these lines, and then we got to play red when the stars turn red. Yeah, I've seen Blade Runner and I've seen Total Recall. I'm familiar with, adaptations of his work, but I've never read his stuff directly. Not any reason, just, only so many hours in the day kind of a thing. I have the rent money. Let's go with Truly and Wonders. Do not smile down upon the ants. They anger me. They irritate me. At best, I am indifferent to them. Why should a god be any different? Sleep a bit. Go out and busk a little, because rent's going to come back in a big way at some point. And then, study Indifferent God. Yeah, this whole keeping the ineffable horrors at bay ain't so bad. Look at it. Just me and my violin. And I mean, the Reign of Terror kind of used up all the human sacrifice potential in France for a while. We got to work with what we got. There we go. We've made it 6 days by the scratches on the wall. I think Indifferent God worked really well. Yeah. On ye blackest ocean floating, its eyes open, staring, doting, without caring, white as bone, cold as light, and not alone. Sleep a bit. And then get the last of that up. Yeah, so as long as we can keep these 2 meters topped up, I think the studying is what is progressing us toward, the ending. Learning more about the horrors as they come. And then we just got to deal with the fucking landlord as he... I assume so. I'm assuming at some point, pardon me. I don't imagine it ends well for Eric, but, whoa. Is this new? What's happening? Everything went dark. Well, I have to imagine that's scripted, right? Like, I still had juice in both my meters. Well, if that's not... I'm going to assume that that's scripted because, like, I don't know what I could have done that would have failed. Either way, there's the life of Eric Zahn, folks. The windows? Oh, the windows are the health bar, not the red and green meters up top. Oh. All right, then. Well, I made it a week. Let's move on. I didn't even notice. I didn't even see them. I was focusing too much on the lines. I'm sure he's got an art, like a dev diary I can read that explains how it works. I mean, inevitably, that's the ending you're going towards anyway. Whether it happens after a week or whether it happens after a million years. All right, the next one we're going to be taking a look at. See, I told you they're short. Something's in the sea. We are the lone survivor of a plane crash, and we have found this little idol that tells us to complete it. It is a full moon on a dark night. Time to go swimming. Our goal is to acquire pieces of the idol. If we die, the idol will bring us back to life, apparently. I mean, free diving without gear or a suit is very strenuous. Especially in a little fucking rubber raft with an onboard motor, apparently. Very fancy airline to keep that as part of their. Oh no, that's not good. So let's see. I imagine we have to actually get the pieces back up in order for it to count. The beast stirs. Oh no, there's bubbling. Nope. Bye. Whoa. I would like back in my boat, please. Well, fine. Let's see. There doesn't seem to be any penalty for moving laterally along the surface of the water. Yeah, especially for what I have to assume is a rubber inflatable life raft. Let's go over here. There's less angry bubbles over here. shit. I'm going to die, aren't I? I hope I'm getting more oxygen, like a bigger breath every time I collect things, because some of these are getting quite deep. I hear tell that we will be glorious. Nope. Well, actually, if I'm in the water and you're bubbling, then I dive right into your... Oh. Okay. Thanks. That actually kind of... I guess I can shake loose. And that gets me down to where the treasures are faster. Bubbles, 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 bubbles. No. Well, let's see. Can I pick up... My revivals are limited. Oh, no. Shit! Okay, so I think it has to be a situation where we don't need all of these pieces, because it looks like there's dozens. And nope, 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 nope. And the talisman or whatever is looking pretty whole. Shit. Okay, time to fucking buy. This prick is getting aggressive. Not seeing any green glow. Let's get back to the damn boat. Oh, there's a glow. There's a glow. Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. Thank you. Okay, so there's one very deep off to the right, if I need another one. Go away. This has to be the last piece, right? Shit. No, 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 no. Oh. Whew. No. Okay. All right. Now back to the surface. Use my power. How do I use your power? Ah. That's not good. Get him. Yeah. Yeah, show that Leviathan who's boss. No. No, no, no. Into the boat. Back into the boat. Buck. I am not a snack. I am not a delicious tidbit. Oof. Where's my boat? Where the fuck is my boat? What the fuck? Where did my boat go? I don't even know what to say about that. The boat disappeared. I don't know how I feel about the limited lives. It feels unnecessary. Yeah, let's get back up topside. Like, especially with how aggressive it gets toward the end, like, you're going to get grabbed almost every time. Oh, my God. Yeah, there's 2 down there that are very deep. Okay, but at least this time I kind of... I know what I'm doing, so I'm not going to waste my first 2 lives, figuring it out. Okay, let's try that again. Come on. Up we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Whoosh. Ha ha. 2 more bits. Son of a bitch. Now you're just fucking me around, game. Okay. You want to chill? You want to chill, evil sea creature, devourer of all light and joy? All right, what do we got? Motherfuck. All right, first life. What? What did you want me to do there? I couldn't. So your turn radius is super wide, right? Like, you do not turn at all easily. And yeah, when they come at you from each side like that, you're kind of boned. Also, my air ran out really quickly that time. Oh, because they were kind of bouncing me back and forth, playing with me. That'll eat up time. Yeah, I hate these chompy bastards. Like... Maybe I can get, like, some distance based on the fact that I ran to the other side of the screen. Maybe he's not, like, uniform. Nope, never mind. He's everywhere. Fuck. Come on, come on, come on. Nah. Let go of me. All right, cool. I think these are the last two pieces, and I haven't hit my final life yet, so I'm doing better than I did last time. And look at that. Okay. Use my power. So I think the way this part works is once I get close to the eye, the stone just starts charging up a blast on its own, and I got to make sure that, excuse me, I got to make sure that the stone and the eye are lined up so that when it discharges, it hits the thing. Oh, okay. It's not an instant. It maintains, so I can run the laser into the eye. Until that happens. Oh, fuck. Charge up, you son of a bitch. What the fuck was that? Oh. All right, that's enough of that. Hot damn, there we go. So we are not going to play the prequel scenario because it's kind of a spoiler for the game itself. We're just going to dive into it. Memories. They buzz around inside my skull. I'm not going to read the fucking dialogue out for this game. There's a lot of it, and some of it's very silly. So yeah, we play this heavily bandaged, blood-stained individual in dirty gray sweats. We're being kept in a cell, and we don't really know why. We don't have memory of much of anything. Because an amnesiac protagonist just makes in media res like, oh, so simple and easy to do. Get used to that heartbeat sound. So this is of a genre that I've heard referred to as a step platformer or an analog platformer. Probably the most famous example I could cite would be Flashback, or perhaps Another World, or Out of This World. I had one on Super Nintendo as a kid called Blackguards, where you were like a heavy metal guy with a shotgun transported to an alien planet. Otacon turned evil. Yeah, I think there's a commentary mode, and I played with the commentary mode on years ago, and I want to say this character is based off of the evil scientist man, is very directly inspired by I forget his name, but fucky dad from Evangelion. So something this game is, you can't actually walk off ledges, because otherwise you'd die like all the time. Gendo, that's it. Thank you. So yeah, stepping, hopping. It still hurt, but it didn't kill us, and that's the important part. Once a day, we do this every day. So this is how we heal. We find a water source, and we just stand under it and let the pain wash away. Here is our stealth, our stealthiness, our stealthosity. Zip, zip, zip. Zip, zip, zip. So the gun is weird in this game because even though it tutorializes you that way, it doesn't necessarily... In combat, it's more of a coin flip whether or not any given shot hits. And I think Flashback worked similarly. And you can only ever carry one item at a time because no pockets. An inanimate carbon rod. So our tutorial seems to be this little obstacle course that scientist Fuckman has been running us through every day. To what end, I wonder? Well, I don't wonder. I know. Because I played the game before. That's more of a rhetorical, you know. The game wants you to wonder. You probably knew that. This explanation is probably wholly unnecessary. How are you? All right. So now we see where our name comes from. We are in Block 12, Cell 13. Most of these doors are boarded up. The guards are programmed to shoot on sight. And we have these little terminals that provide documents and flavor text. I was looking for my elevator key. I think I know where it is. I left it somewhere in the lower levels before we were forced to pull out and seal off the Forbidden Zone. So we have to go down to the Forbidden Zone and get an elevator key. To open that elevator. So that is functionally our goal of episode 1. Forbidden Zone, elevator key, get in the elevator, get out of the cell block. Simple. The game's also fairly generous with health. Difficulty-wise, it's not too bad. There are a couple of boss fights that are pretty tricky, but other than that... I inspected 1108's cell today after his body was sent for autopsy, and I found some kind of homemade explosive. Don't know how I got the materials, but I was so disturbed that I just sealed the cell and walked away. So 1108 has an explosive device in his cell. Administrator Westbury is our scientist friend. Why were we not told? Did they think we would never find out? Not told about what, you say? Also, enemies reset. Yeah, and your heart is your, if it wasn't made clear, your heart is your health meter. The faster it beats, the more damaged you are. Let's see. We're going to have to drop... Lower levels have been completely infested. We do not have the resources to send any more security teams. For now, the devils can have their playground. Yar. 1 through 9 of the Forbidden Zone. Most important thing is to keep 1108 and 1213 alive for as long as possible until a cure is found. 1108 has suffered no mental degeneration. In fact, he seems more intelligent. In stark contrast to 0916, however, his physical deterioration continues unabated. His well-being has been moved up to the highest priority. We must find a cure. Here we go. Block 2's new unlocking code is 497. Followed as usual by the number of the cell you wish to open. Found a new vaccine. We're going to test it on 1213. That's us. 1108 is too important now to risk with untreated therapy. Earlier enthusiasm completely gone. 1213's condition has stabilized, but 1108 has passed away before we could even get him to the treatment room. If only we had not delayed. Keep that thought in mind. So Westbury has lost it somewhat. So Westbury was deeply affected by 1108's passing and blames the delay that they had to make in testing the cure. Yeah, that is the end of the sentence. They had whatever they were trying to cure, whatever is affecting these people, they had to delay for testing, and in that time 1108 died. 0916 appears to be degenerating physically. So they had to test out the cure on 1213, us. So the important thing we got there was that the unlock code for block 11 is 497, followed by the cell that you want to open. So if we wanted to unlock, say, 1108's cell, since there's a bomb in it, we could do that. So 49711. Oh, I guess we don't need to. $49708. Oh, did the code change after we died? Let's see. It's possible the code changed every time. $630. Okay. Let's go ahead and save there. Just for kicks, what happens if we open up 14? It's a cell. There's nothing inside I can take with me. So you don't actually go into the cell. So now let's backtrack up to... If only these elevators were functioning, we would have a much easier time. Guards whose whole job is apparently just stand around smoking in awkward places all day. And also, like in Flashback, your best bet is to always be crouched before you shoot. Because oftentimes enemies will just shoot over your head at first before they realize, like, oh, I should probably duck. That is a truism that holds even today. What's this? Bomb. And your only resource, the only thing you have to really worry about in this game is health. Like, you have infinite ammo. You only have one item slot, but, like... We got this barricade. We no longer have this barricade. And now we can get down into the Forbidden Zone to find that elevator key card. This seems fine. Remember, they spoke of Subject 0916, so while we're down here, maybe let's go take a look at his room. New enemy type. Mutants. Much more durable. but not terribly bright. Yes, it's time to go hydrate. And we have a crane key. All right, so block 8's fucked. Let's go see how block 9's doing. Worst case scenario is upon us. 0916's emotions have destabilized. Several men have been killed. We have orders to seal off block 9. What do we do? So the Forbidden Zone, this lower block, was sealed off because 0916 just lost it. And we have a lot of dead guards with gaping chest wounds. The other nice thing about mutants is they have no ranged attacks, so if you can fight them from across a gap, you're safe. Well, we happen to have this crane key, so nothing happens when we turn it. We have a wrench. I particularly like guy stuck on the top there. And a pair of blood-stained trousers. Also, there's 0916, in case anyone was wondering. He's got 2 basketball courts. He's very fit. And we both have blood-stained trousers. His condition continues to worsen. His curious abilities grow in inverse proportion to the decay of his sanity, and we still don't have a vaccine. Until we do, all we can do is try to keep 0916 happy. He won't attack us if he's happy, right? He loves basketball. And we need a passcode. So, what are we working with here? All right, so we shoot him. shoot him, we jump and we make sure not to hold down so we don't go through the screen. As of today, 0916 will reside in his new quarters in the former gymnasium. Keeping him happy and content is the number one priority. Please respond promptly to all his wishes. Yes, there was. Someone who was murdered bothered to paint out 0916 in his own blood, I guess. Woke up to find a memo on my desk introducing me to convert the Block 9 gymnasium into a special quarters. He's just the most... Oh, might be the code. Let's try it. Nope. Medicated facial dressings for the treatment of burns, sores, and festering wounds. Don't suppose there's anything in any of these rooms. No, I don't think so. Oh, we haven't... No, we did go in there. We went in there. I feel like we missed something. We missed something, or I'm just not remembering how to interact with something. Karma Chimera. It's been ages since I played this, but I remember at least one prison cell somewhere in the game containing something. Yeah, 08's prison cell had a bomb in it that we picked up. Oh, we got to use the... Okay. We got to use the wrench. The trousers were a red herring, like We take the wrench. And we go all the way back here. I guess with the mutants, it doesn't matter so much. Because they can't duck and they don't have any other attacks. A couple of gears are missing a belt. Let's go ahead and heal. Do we use the pants as a belt? We just grab some bloody pants and shove them in there and call it a belt. All the way back. So you do eventually get a way to move faster. It's interesting how it's implemented. That's the wrench. So we got to go all the way back to the laundry. So if you go up one and then down, you can avoid getting winged by the mutant on the lower level there, or you can just shoot him on your way up, either or. Legit. all of that gives us access to this balcony. And now we get to backtrack all the way to the beginning of this area. Because if you remember, when we first got here, there was a little pit with a ventilation shaft that we couldn't go down. Well, now we can go down. Great. Excuse me. It does make good use of a small environment, having to traverse multiple times in order to, build out a level. It's kind of a design philosophy he would carry forward into the 5 Days a Stranger and so on. All right. The Greybeards are all getting very excited about Subject 0916. They say his DNA contains some kind of rogue gene or something that the virus has triggered. Something about him being able to rearrange his skeleton? All sounds completely ridiculous, but anything takes my mind off the plague is a welcome. I just can't stay to look at these kids and their yellowing skin anymore. He grew a third arm out of his back with a little claw that he used to pick out his bone. That's so cute. There we go. 36779. Oh, hang on. There's some kind of come up. So he didn't die. He just had to leave mid-sentence. I don't know. I think there might be something in the code that the closer you are to the target, the better your accuracy, but I'm not sure. Ow. Got a Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Scientists, take the gun away from your temple. You're not you when you're hungry. Now, why did we come down here again? Oh, right. Elevator. Key card. Which is, of course, in 0916's gymnasium. The thing I kind of like about these is that, for the most part, if you are careful and plan what you're going to do, you can pretty much avoid taking damage. The morphs at the end of Flashback are kind of an exception to that rule, but that's mostly just because they're stupid and I hate them. Three, 6, 7, 7, 9. He's watching us. The cameras are always watching. See, because we know that if we jump up on the left, there's going to be a mutant, so we can... Except now they're all gone. Where'd they go? He's not here. Ceiling dude is still hanging out. Hop, 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 hop. Can't hop there because it would take us into the next screen. Hop. Call me Pain Bunny. We're just gonna want to go take a little wash. So all the mutants are gone. Where did they go? I wonder if jumping is slightly faster than walking. Feels like it is. The guards are also gone. Where did all the enemies go? Well, we definitely have a mutant now outside of the Forbidden Zone. And unfortunately, that is the answer to where the enemies went. The mutants got out, and the guards got dead. Don't let the fact that I saved just before getting into this elevator do anything to, you know, adjust your expectations. Oh, fuck. All right. So. He's got two moves. You can see the little white nubs growing out of his body. If there are white nubs, then he's going to attack diagonally. If there are none, then he's going to attack laterally. So, honestly, your best bet is to stay off-side of him. And if you see the white nubs, then you can... It's still very difficult. Oh, you can also dodge his arm spikes like that. So actually, yeah, you probably want to stay lined up with him and try to dodge the arm spikes if you have to. Yeah, this is all being done in AGS, by the way, so, like, there are 3 bosses in this game, one at the end of each episode. Given the resources at hand, it's pretty good. The second boss in particular is very impressive. To be continued. Stats. Oh, wait. There we go. Episode 2. When I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague will not destroy you. Exodus 12:13. That is a coincidence. The fact that Exodus 12:13 lined up to be something relevant was completely happenstance, but taken advantage of. All right, we're back in the testing arena. Everything's turning black. Ah! Multiple episodes and multiple endings, believe it or not. Technically. Okay, so what do we know so far? There's been a plague. We are test subjects trying to find, at the hands of a scientist trying to find a vaccine. I did say multiple endings. We'll get there in time. It's actually not something that becomes relevant until episode 3. Stick around. Audience retention. Okay. So why are we here? Yes, there is there's a recurrent visual theme of two circles throughout this game. You can even see the heart and the item circle in the corners of the screen are evoking it now, to give you the idea that Westbury is always watching. There have been a handful of them. The two basketball hoops in the gymnasium, the two laundry, like the two glass circular doors in the laundry machines, things like that. So someone wants to just fucking shoot us and be done with the problem, because we are not stable. But we are stronger than 0916, so that means we got to be worth something. Yeah, the mutants have overrun all of the cell blocks. Like, that is just not... That is gone now. And whoever these people are that are talking, they are not necessarily aligned with Dr. Westbury. And yet they let me keep my gun. Thank you for letting me keep my gun. I'll shoot my way to freedom. This is America. I don't feel like the mutants would have accepted me as their ruler. I'd have to kill them all. Yeah, so now we have a run. That's our stamina meter up top. If we let it get into the red, we take damage. You can kill yourself by running. O306 is taken ill. Figure out what's wrong. Outbreak has been explosive. Initial tests indicate that the virus has 90 to 100% infection rate. Today we had them all fitted with medicated facial dressings. Hideous sores. The new code for Lab 68 is 32200. 32200. The children. I have a screwdriver. The Yellow Death Virus by Dr. Kelsey. Extremely unique disease in that it cannot affect normal humans, only children. Perhaps humanity has always lived alongside Yellow Death, but we were never susceptible. Perhaps by meddling with nature, we inadvertently created a perfect breeding ground for the virus. We don't know. The first stage of the disease is comparatively gentle. The subject complains of headaches and nausea. The painful open sores will appear on the face and extremities. Second stage is when the virus starts attacking the mind. The subject exhibits loss of long-term memory, akin to an Alzheimer's sufferer, which worsens as time goes on. In the third stage, physical mutation occurs. The exact nature of this seems to vary from case to case. Sometimes the mutation is beneficial, such as in 0916 or 1108, but most of the time it only contributes to the growing hideousness of the victim. The fourth stage is marked by jaundice-like discoloration of the skin, mood swings occur, and the subject will often lash out mindlessly at anyone who tries to approach. Finally, the subject's skeleton becomes soft and brittle, and the mind enters a state of permanent emotional death. The subject reacts violently to almost all stimuli. Around 40% of the cases die around this stage, and those, I fear, are the lucky ones. That's an awfully broad and all-encompassing disease you got there, game. This is back the way we came. I'm pretty sure, yeah, you can run off of cliffs, off of ledges. Okay, here's some names you're going to want to keep in your head. Dr. Carolyn O'Hagan, head physician, and Chief Administrator Petrovich. Someone actually called Petrovich by name in that conversation outside our cell. So, regarding your request for Administrator Westbury's known history and my own personal opinions on the man, I enclose a document I wrote on the subject last night. This guy has issues. I'm afraid you got a little carried away, but as it is a topic that has been on my mind lately, I trust it serves your purposes. When we first discovered Westbury, he was hacking into the major Tesla Life corporate mainframe, waltzing through the virtual security systems as if they weren't even there, but he left a trail and we acquired the evidence needed to arrest him. CEO of the time was a pragmatist who knew talent when he saw it, and like many corporate businessmen, felt that everyone had their price. Westbury's price, it seemed, was a six-figure salary and a job in return for details on his subversive friends. So he sold out everyone and got rich. They all began lengthy jail sentences, and Westbury began work the following Monday morning as a developer at the Tesla Life Computer Science Division. Tesla Life being the name of the company we're all working for. You may have seen the Tesla Life logo on the wall in the lobby with the soda machines and the two windows. Also, actually, let's go back to those windows because I kind of took something for granted and just glossed over a big deal. Look at where we are. Come up to deck 5. We have things to discuss. There we go. We got to go get a key card through the air vent in the conference room on level 7. We can recover it in the maintenance tunnels below. Okay. We're in orbit. So that's worth, just being aware of. We're in outer goddamn space. talking to Mum back on Earth when the line suddenly got cut off and refused to work again. I was assured this place was in full working order when we set off. It took 18 days for an explanation. Apparently, we're going to be doing some classified work for the government, and communications have been suspended. Page 2. I will not mince words. Westbury was Tessalife's best employee. He possessed a photographic memory and an IQ in the low 200s, which seemed to confirm the lingering rumor that his parents had had his brain illegally augmented. He created software that revolutionized the industry and anchored Tessalife's spot as a market leader. When he completed his biochemistry PhD, he requested a transfer to our biochemical division, which was quickly granted. He was the golden boy. He could do anything he wanted. That never causes problems. Murdered. Suicided. I'm sitting at a desk with a gun barrel to my throat, trying to think of a reason to not pull the trigger. Deputy Administrator Deacon. But I am weak and I may not have the courage, so I am fearfully putting off my decision by writing this testament. My world has rapidly gone insane, and the things on which I relied have been stolen from me and reduced to ashes. Awfully melodramatic. I am sending this memo to the entire crew because you will all find out eventually, and I would not wish another to find out in the same manner as I. It was Westbury who... This file has been deleted by order of the Chief Administrator Petrovich. You'll also remember at the beginning we found a note, we found a memo, something along the lines of like, why didn't they tell us? Did they think we wouldn't find out? I now have a motor control circuit. We're just going to go ahead and save because we're low on health. You can't, no. That's how you get germs. Corpse germs. Yeah, see how it's kind of a crapshoot whether or not... We'll get there. I forget that it does that sometimes. Some of the ledges, you walk up to the edge and it's not programmed right. Like, you walk up to the edge and there's another step of edge. Yes, they just haven't actually talked about that fact yet, but that is correct. It's not a huge deal, but yes, one of the things. Hold on. From that memo downstairs, one of the things. Oh, thank God. The thing that makes 1213 special is that he's very germ resistant, and we'll find out more about that in a bit. It is a myth among the staff that Westbury came up with the proposal for a clone farm. He is unpopular among a lot of the lower downs, and it suits them to think he had the deviousness to suggest a highly illegal practice. In fact, Tessalife had been knocking around the idea for a clone farm for at least 3 CEOs, but the illegality of the situation always forced them to back down. Human cloning was still illegal in all sectors of the United Coalition. Some kind of new world government in the future, I suppose. It was Westbury who came up with the idea for Tessalife Orbital, officially a weather research satellite, but everyone knew what it really was, even the law, but they knew they couldn't touch us in orbit. That was the beauty of it. You can't press charges in space. International waters, motherfucker. That's how that works, right? Okay, we need a key card. All right, we have the vaccine for the Yellow Death. Of course, would have been a more satisfying victory if it had come before all but 2 of the children were lost to the disease. The effect on infected tissue samples is impressive and almost instantaneous. We were ready to test it on 1108, but Westbury insisted on using 1213 to test first. He seems so protective of 1108, it's very strange. There's a rumor going around that Westbury's brain was illegally augmented as a child. Perhaps after 1108's mutation, he found a kindred spirit. 1213's condition is stabilized almost immediately. His degradation has ceased, although the damage that has already been done cannot be reversed, at least not with our current knowledge of Yellow Death. Westbury insists we keep him under observation a while longer for possible side effects before we proceed. 1108's injection is due in 4 more hours. I'm going to bed. And then I'm trying to find out if 1108 has been cured, but Westbury isn't answering my calls. 1213 still seems fine, so I can only assume everything went fine. Yeah, so Westbury wanted to test it on 1213 first to make sure that it wouldn't hurt his precious, and that was the cause of that delay, which he then later kind of went a little mad over. It's from the UK, moved to Australia. It's probably a future version of the Commonwealth. Yeah, probably. So we've got this circuit board. And we were told that if we go to the conference room on level 7, or she's going to drop the key card through the vent in the conference room on level 7, right? So you can see there's the vent, there's the card. Got to go get that. Simple, easy, right? Nothing to worry about. Higgins and I are a bit confused about this secret government project we're supposed to be working on now because no one's given us any work to do. Today I did something I would never do in any other circumstances. I went and asked them for work, but they told me the project is so top secret they can't allow us to have data from it. They practically ordered me to go back to my lonely little office and play solitaire for the rest of my life. Well, if I'm getting paid. I've definitely had worse jobs. Electrified air purifiers active in maintenance tunnels. Do not enter. If maintenance is required, lodge Form 14P with engineering department and await decision. Attack of the electric air purifiers.
They Victus!
Oh, Worldress, thanks for that follow. We're neck deep in 1213. So you can duck under them.
They Victus!
Oh, Karma Chimera, thank also for that follow. If you're both new, I am currently in the middle of a 30-day horror game marathon. Today is day 21. Touching those little electric sparks will damage you, by the way. I don't know if I said that explicitly, but there we go. And that's why we run. We've been doing all sorts of stuff. If you scroll down a little bit, you can see a link to my YouTube channel. It's a picture of a monster frog, but it's a clickable link. That'll send you to everything we've done so far. We've been playing all kinds of stuff. Why are you avoiding the upgrade spark? Today we've done a couple of Yahtzee's smaller projects, and now we're capping off with 1213 here. Tomorrow and Friday, we're going to be doing I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, a story that I've read many, many times, but never actually played the game. So that'll be interesting. Oh ho, what have we here? Yes, hate. That memo your assistant sent off, exposing the entire crew to a certain little truth that we decided a long time ago not to reveal. Deacon identified you as the person who told him this truth. O'Hagan thinks you are maniacally depressed. He's trying to keep his position on the grounds that we're in a dire situation. Who let him out of his cell and gave him a gun? That was a mistake. Okay, so they're still debating our usefulness. First, they need to recover us, and then a 2-week assessment, and then a scouting mission. All of the delays. You know how Westbury feels about delays. Our number 2 priority is restarting the GFG project. So, GFG project. That's something we'll keep in mind going forward. Actually, let me make sure it's elevator control key. Yep. Wait. Is that the correct item? Let's double check before I have to. Let me go back and get that motor board because I'm definitely going to need that. Hitbox on those things is a bit bigger than you'd think it would be. No, you can't. I don't think so. Let's see. Oh, you're right. Thank you. Saving me trouble there. I guess I tried it in a weird position and it didn't work the first time, so. But now I need to go. Okay, so we'll drop you here. Yeah, for some reason, if you do it at the far edge, it doesn't work. You got to take one step back. Okay. Oh, thanks for hanging out. The VOD will be up later tonight, and like I said, tomorrow we're going to be doing I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream at 3:30 Pacific. So hope to see you there. Have a good night. Oh, that's right. Running hurts. Yeah, so we're in a... Here's a... Here's some inventory shenanigans, right? You see that panel there? I need to pop that open with the screwdriver, put the motor circuit in it, and open the door with the key card. So I need all three of these items in this room, but since I can only carry one thing at a time... Where did I drop that screwdriver? We find ourselves back in this spot with one health to go. Okay. Now just got to be careful not to accidentally run myself to death. Okay, one more. Yeah. So if you remember and have that foreknowledge of definitely get the key first and then leave although you're going to have to do 2 trips downstairs anyway because you need the screwdriver to get the circuit board, and then you need to bring them both back up top. So you can simplify that a little bit from the way I did it, but you're going to have to do some backtracking either way. Snake, the card's a memory alloy. Okay. So then screwdriver. Current position is on level 8. Oh, you don't need the screwdriver. Never mind. I did all that for nothing. Okay. Now we done fixed the elevator. And we can get up here now. So we have all these residential rooms. They're like the cell blocks, but nicer. And who this? Killed nearly all the children, all your brothers and sisters. I need you to go and arrest him. You have a gun. Go into 5G, get him under control. Because he's a nerd, he can't fight. Can do. Go beat up evil science daddy. Give him the old, as they say, boot to the head. Where are you, science daddy? And you've been communicating to him on the PA system, which is not terribly secure. I don't want to be patient. I love this bit. Maybe you shouldn't have admitted to him that you have the information. You haven't shown it to anybody. He's holding a gun. Well, that could have gone better. Yeah, Westbury is not stable. All right. So. This is a flashback. You can tell because it's in gray tones. But then everyone started getting sick. That damn disease. Just like it took Mary. Don't let the fact that I'm saving or anything influence your thoughts about what's about to come. All right, here we go. This is a fun boss. You gotta shoot these eyes. And then they do that. So either the bolt comes toward you and you got to dodge it, or it goes up, and that's what starts that cascading vertical darkness thing. Sometimes those bolts track you really good, though. Honestly, I think I might be better off just going back and forth. I think that's how I did this. Like, staying and trying to get multiple shots in the same area is a fool's errand, I think, is what I came up with the last time I played this. Motherfucker. Oh my god, grab the goddamn ledge. Oh, fuck. Caps lock again. Yeah, it seems to be working a little better. At least we can time it out more consistently. So if we hang here and wait for him to line up a shot... Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that feels like it should have killed me, but it didn't. To be concluded. Let us conclude. I don't know why I started talking like that. They have sown wheat and reaped thorns. They put themselves to pain and profit nothing. So... Security droids, stay in the dark. There's a secret code here, which if you'll just give me 1 second. Gotta look up the code. See, the way this works is they give you the code after you beat the game, and then you have to replay all of episode 3 again. But I'm not going to do it that way. And I'm pretty sure this code stays consistent across playthroughs. Okay, never mind. I've got a save game with it already done, so we'll just carry on and deal with it later, because I do want to show off the alternate ending. This is how you get the alternate ending I was talking about earlier. So remember that terminal I was just standing in front of with the code. That's where that comes from. That's where that's going to be relevant. So you can't shoot security droids. They just zap you. And you see those little exclamation point warning signs that'll happen. That's the game saying, hey, duck. They're on the far right of the screen above the train car if you missed it. Run, run, run. Fortunately, they stop pursuing you after you... They stop pursuing you after you change screens, so you don't got to worry about them following. The fuck? Oh, I accidentally hit the goddamn start key. And this is what happens. AGS games always do this for some reason. You gotta quit all the way out. Damn it, AGS. Make your games more stream friendly. Why didn't you anticipate something 15 years in the future? And ye shall be ashamed of your fruit. Get to finish that quote from earlier. Yeah, little rocks like fly above the tram. This is also one of those weird trams that like doesn't get anywhere unless you make progress across the top. Well, that was unfortunate. I just could not take one step forward to fucking avoid dropping down into the line of fire there. Internal lockdown disabled. And we made it. Please ensure that during gestation, the cloning tubes are kept at a stable temperature of 20 to 25 degrees. Do not knock or tip cloning tubes. Do not attempt to open cloning tubes until gestation cycle is complete. Son of a bitch. Well, at least there's water. So look at what we got here. We got number 1 off to the side. We're at number 2. 5 and 6 are downstairs. Assessment of Administrator Westbury by Head Physician Carolyn O'Hagan, Part 4. Clone farming is a highly lucrative trade. The rich and powerful put down a deposit, and the farm clones them a body with no higher brain functions for use in organ harvesting should the need ever arise. A lot of us were unhappy about it, but the wheels were already in motion. Tesla Life Orbital was set up, and Westbury was an obvious choice to sit on the station's administrative team, along with myself and an assortment of Tesla Life scientists and bureaucrats. I remember Westbury seemed to be the only one who kept his head after the incident. All the rest of us who knew about it were in a state of high emotion. Everyone went through the stages of fear, anger, and despair. We felt helpless without reason to go on. When Westbury announced Project GFG so maddeningly calm, a lot of us latched onto it just to have hope. We all went along with it without question. Westbury just seemed so confident, and we got confident by association. So the incident and then GFG was the proposed answer to the incident by Westbury. Now you'll remember something that Westbury said, stay in the dark. Now the little fuckers can't get us. They cut off all contact with our friends and loved ones down on Earth just because we're doing some kind of contract work for the government. I asked if we should start a new batch of gametes, but the administration just said genetically engineer the gametes we already have developing. But a lot of the very rich and very influential people paid good money for these clones. Do we just forget about them? If we're lucky, only the government will get sued back to the Stone Age for this one. So, they formed Tesla Life Orbital as a clone farm for rich and powerful who want extra bits. An incident occurs. Okay, game. Apparently shift only applies to left shift. Something happened. An incident occurs. They get switched over to a government contract using those same bodies that the rich people paid for to do something that is classified, and they're not allowed contact with Earth in the process. Something of which, see note now that the 5 and 6 door is open, we can drop down. Something of which was so horrible that caused a lot of people, well, caused Deacon, for one, to send out a memo about it, which then many members of the staff committed suicide over afterwards. So, five and 6, many tubes. The incident. Here's an interesting part. This is actually, so we have this reactor port here, right? Unopened letters, just garbage bags. All of these letters just being destroyed. No information. No contact. Total security lock. Oh, we can get zapped while hanging. Good to know. Total security lockdown. I don't have an ID card yet. I'm getting very run happy on this run. Look at that. 7, 8, 9, 10. These are all the cloning pods that were mentioned in that one memo. Personal log, head cloning technician Vatic. Wasn't that the name of the demon in the... Grabbag's going good. We're running up on the end of 12-13. About to hit the thrilling conclusion in the mystery of what has been going on. Wasn't Vatic the name of the demon from the Conjuring movies? Orders have just come down from on high. We're ceasing creation of clones for organ harvesting in order to begin a new government-funded operation called Project GFG. We are now to alter our existing gametes to return their higher brain functions and engineer them to be genetically superhuman, with an emphasis on enhanced immune systems and resistance to toxins. The children are growing fast, but the administration insists that we do not halt the accelerated agent treatment. I find myself wondering why. If the government wants super soldiers, why give them only a decade or so lifespan? At this point, the children have reached the physical age of 6 years, and they are to be moved to the residential deck to be quartered and educated as would benefit their duties. That's where we found that little classroom where O'Hagan was teaching us. I am somewhat disturbed to learn that they intend to expose the children to various toxins and diseases to test their immunity. I knew cloning was unethical when I first applied for this job, but this is a bit much even for me. Westbury just got off the phone, pretty frantic. A virulent disease has broken out amongst the children. I'd like to know what he expected us to do about it. It's up to him and his medical technicians to find a cure. So the yellow death started running rampant around day 250. Apparently Westbury's assistant deacon sent some kind of memo containing highly classified information around the crew, but I was unable to see it before administration deleted it. For a while, we've gathered from those who have seen it and who we haven't actually been working for the government all this time. So who, then? So Project GFG was a lie. It was a cover. You're in space. There's no risk of a pandemic. I need something flat and thin to retrieve it. What about this envelope? Vatic's ID card. Space-demic. Bird-demic is a terrible movie. Don't ever watch Bird-demic. It's bad. It's not even like fun bad. Did I go this way? Yes, this is where I need to take the card. I've never played it. I have the, there's a Humble Bundle this month for board games, and hold that thought. Project Germ-Free Generation. Gold. Create humans with highly advanced immune systems with the emphasis on creating high resistance to toxins and radiation. The code for the lighting control room has been updated to 39541. 39541. Yeah, there's a Humble Bundle that has a lot of board game like Steam digital versions of board games in it that I picked up this month. And I was thinking once this marathon's over and I have a minute to 39541 recover a little bit, I might start up like a weekly virtual board game night if I can find folks who would be interested. And Pandemic is definitely on the list because I've never played it. 39541. Sweet, refreshing shower. The bundle has another week as of this stream. Oh, cool. Very lazy guards. One shot. Fuck it. Back to a smoke break. Yeah, so if any of my mutuals are interested in playing board games on stream, feel free to pick up that bundle and let me know. Westbury's biggest flaw is his arrogance. Most of the time he succeeds, and a certain pride is understandable, but when he fails, he takes it badly. I've received psychiatric training as befits my position, and Westbury's actions when the Yellow Death started breaking out indicated a textbook case of manic depression. As more and more of the children died, he sank further and further into this mood. We should have tried to get him off the project then, I know, but Westbury was our leader, and a lot of us needed there to be someone else in control. We were terrified of taking responsibility. After 1108 died, I could tell Westbury blamed himself because it was he who had ordered a few more hours of observation on 1213 to ensure the vaccine was safe. After that, he became almost completely introverted. That was when, 1108 died, as they just said. I saw and heard very little of him. So yeah, that was the breaking point. Like, he was kind of a prick, and then 1108 died, he blamed himself, and everything went to hell. Three 9-5-4-1. Block 2 lighting array activated. Deactivated. So we can turn the lights on and off in block 2. I think you can bypass this and like cheese your way through this next section, but it's not intended. It's also just like, this is easier. So you wait till they're both moving away. And even if they see you, if you can duck into a shadow before they catch up, you're good. Yeah, so remember at the very beginning of the tutorial, we had like, if the camera sees you, it'll shut the door. This is the only time we actually engage with that mechanic. Like, it hasn't happened since. Yeah, no, object permanence is not highly valued at Tesla Life. We create clones. We have to learn that everything is transitory. Aha. Family reunion. My mother. Chamber 12, tube 13. Hiram Wexler, Secret Service agent in charge of protecting the president's family. Commander-in-Chief paid the deposit as thanks for his years of valued service. Fan-fucking-tastic. I was a gift. I'd heard rumors that Westbury may have been doing things to 1213, unpleasant things, but I did nothing. He clearly needed to blow off some steam, somehow. It wasn't like 1213 was really hurt by whatever he was being put through, or could even remember it. That sounds like such a terrible attitude now that I come to write it down, but I kept hoping Westbury would somehow get better and we'd have someone to follow again. Now we're all just kind of lost. I started to draft a new action plan with some of the others, and hopefully Westbury can be persuaded to assist at some points. And it's final boss time. It's the first time we've actually seen Westbury in the flesh, not like through a window in a shadow or whatever. He's tried to come off very cool and calculating in all the recordings and every time we see him, but he's very unhinged and barely keeping himself together. He just wants to get out of here. He just wants to go home. What's so wrong with that? Oh man, this ending hits a little different in 2021, huh? Westbury doesn't understand why we still need to wear these damn masks. Final boss. It's really annoying. So. It circles around. Howdy do. You got to hit the middle and then the top to prime the thing, and then you got to release the charge when when it's in line with it. But then you get stuck in these situations. Right? It's really annoying. Here's the thing, though. The big one still moves while you're paused, so you can cheese the fuck out of this. Oh, well, you can't hit escape to unpause, as it turns out. So let's try that again without losing all of our health. Seriously? Thanks. Thanks, game. It also will decide randomly whether it charges up the left or the right one, but once it picks one, it will stay that way for the rest of the sequence. Oh, bastard. That was my bad. And now we wait. It also gets faster as this goes on. Damn it. Ugh. That was a tight one. It's still, even with the cheese, not easy. Especially when shit like that happens. Ugh. When the thing's clearly on the other side of the platform and you get hurt anyway. Can't remember how many times you got to zap, but I want to say 5. You also can't get hurt when it does, when you're doing that, so. Or maybe you can? I guess you can't get hurt. I thought you wouldn't take that damage when you pause, but I guess it saves it until you're done. So, oops. Now we know. Let it go around again. Just get out of the way. Yeah, hitboxes in this game are not great, but you're also, remember it's a fucking step platformer combat-y game built in AGS, which is not at all what that engine is designed to do. Don't know why What? Okay, don't know why that made me duck and then discharge, but that's fine. We'll just do it again. There we go. Gotta wait so it can land on top of the drone. I said the fuck word. I shot that guy. Well, that's a pickle. I'm going to regret this. All right. Also, fuck you. You can still die after the final boss. Which is something I never liked. I hate that. At least if they make you fight the final boss again, like, it's always, Dante's plane out after fighting Mundus and... Okay, this is the ending sequence. Are there any questions we still need answers for? Oh, the memo. Let's read it, shall we? We finally have a chance to see what affected everyone so terribly. Yeah, I'm sorry too. Now shut up and die, you prick. From Junior Administrator Deacon to all staff. I am sitting at my desk with a gun barrel to my throat, trying to think of a reason not to pull the trigger. This part sounds familiar. My world has rapidly gone insane, and the things on which I relied have been stolen from me and reduced to ashes. I am sending this memo to the entire crew because you will all find out eventually, and I would not wish another to find out in the same manner as I. It was Westbury who finally told me, and this is where the memo cut off. I had suspected something odd about our situation almost since Project GFG began, but it was only yesterday that I summoned the nerve to confront him directly, and he told me. Almost everything we've been told about Project GFG was a lie concocted by the board of directors and a small group of people who knew the truth from the beginning. This is just the game's way of letting you interact with the next portions of the memo now that the cutscenes is over. At around day 10 of Tesla Life Orbital's running time, you may all remember that our access to telephones, internet, and all other communication media was suspended. Why is that? The reason given for this was that we were beginning work on a covert government project that required utmost secrecy. This was an utter fabrication on the part of the board of directors. Project GFG was not government-sponsored, but was the sole brainchild of Westbury and the other administrators. On day 10 of our operations, some kind of cataclysm took place on the Earth's surface. Judging by the communication blackout, it almost certainly killed most, if not all, air-breathing life. The Earth's atmosphere is poisoned now, incapable of supporting human life. The reason why our communication was cut off was because there was no one with whom we could communicate. All the letters we had sent our friends and loved ones over the past year did not leave the station, but met with incineration at the reactor ports. The cause of the disaster is still unknown. All we could do was try to salvage this tragedy, hence Project Germ-Free Generation. It was not, as was implied, some immoral attempt on the government's part to breed super soldiers. Administration was trying to create humans with immune systems advanced enough to survive on Earth's new atmosphere, a race of scouts tasked with seeking what remains of human civilization. Had this scheme worked, perhaps we would have been told the truth then, when there was room for certain optimism in rebuilding our race. But the scheme did not work, and as we are all aware, the virus we cleverly called Yellow Death killed or irreversibly mutated an entire germ-free generation save one. And while 1213 could easily survive in the toxic atmosphere, he is too sickly and brain damaged from the virus to be of any real use. There are now not enough resources to begin the project anew, especially now that most of the quarantine decks are infested with mutants. I am not one for drama or hyperbole, and I am reasonably confident in the statement that I have nothing left to live for now. There was nothing left on Earth but death. There is nothing left up here but a wasted existence, the inevitable diminishment of our supplies, and a lonely end. Some of you may think of me a pessimist. Maybe crops could be cultivated on board the ship. Maybe the toxins will eventually dissipate. Maybe some kind of existence could be eked out. But I feel that, as a child of modern-day sensibilities, I would only be a burden to such society. Between death or continuing on a few tiny slivers of hope, I choose death. In a few minutes, I will send this memo, then move on into the darkness, and I pray history will forgive my exit, if indeed there will be any more history. It feels like a cliche, and I feel stupid just writing the words, but whatever scores you have to settle, whatever allegiances you are owed, they are no more, and the slate is clean. Your destiny is in your own hands now. Do not dwell on the past. Concentrate on your uncertain future and whatever triumphs and falls may await you. I wish you luck. James Deacon, Junior Administrator. Bleakness! So there's two more things. Remember I mentioned there's an alternate ending. Yay! Woo! There is an alternate ending, but first. So there's this bonus scenario. Immunity. This is a prequel of sorts. No running. Yeah, the Steam keys, there used to just be a button you could click and it would be like, oh, they're all in your account now. I have a vaccine. But bad actors, you would take advantage of that for spamming Steam keys and reselling and all sorts of things, so they had to stop it that way. The initial way they did it was it would just give you the code that you had to manually go into your library and activate one at a time, which was even more labor intensive. So, you know, this one's slightly better. Was this? There's this big me. Have a vaccine. I confess I only played this bit once, so my memories of it are very fuzzy. Ah, there we go. That's what I thought. Damn it, I require more ups. So yeah, just a little, and then it launches into the game proper. I think it's honestly stronger without that, but that's me. Okay, so one last thing. I left the credits too early for the code to pop, but they will present to you after you wait a minute. Like, here's a code for a thing. Exactly, little tiny U's shooting all the germs with their tiny guns. it'll give you a code. And at the beginning of episode 3, if you recall, there was that that one panel with a door below it. You put the code in there, it opens the door, and you can go into that room and collect a golden ticket. Now, I was also apparently watching the director's commentary on this one. There's a long running analysis of mother and father figures, and a lot of Westbury stuff is very phallic, and a lot of O'Hagan stuff is very yonic. Anyway, so the golden ticket, you then have to play episode 3 and keep that going, which means you got to do a little more inventory juggling, because in order to unlock, that is a very good jibber jabber portrait. In order to unlock the bonus ending, you have to have that in your inventory when you beat the game. So let's just run through this final boss again really quick, and we'll see the other ending. You jerk. Oh, yeah. Ugh. Yeah, there's a lot of visual symbolism throughout the game. Like I was saying earlier with the eyes, they're also testes. Not subtle, young Mr. Croshaw. I didn't really have an option there. Alright, we're gonna have to... Son of a bitch. Well... Ugh. Fortunately, I think this is the last shot. All right. We can skip through all this. Everything is the same until the memo. His magic. His fourth wall breaking magic. Sorry, Mr. Croshaw. Going to skip through your commentary. I enjoy it, but I'm trying to wrap up here. I'm heading toward a button. Download the game yourself and play through with commentary mode to experience that in its fullness. I think he actually, that what we just skipped over there was him saying, like, okay, I'm done. I'm just going to let you experience the elevator scene. Okay, go. Why would you say that, Geminius? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You just one of them people obsessed with that Timothy Chalamet. That's all it is. I don't even know who that Timothy Chalamet is, but I'm going to go see Dune. See how that goes. This bit's unskippable. It just is what it is. Apparently it's a Bones Day. That's good news. When I say the memo, I mean the third section of the memo. This part is the same. The parts on the monitors at the base of the space elevator are the same. Is the tension building? The anticipation? The excitement? What could it be? I know what it is, and I suspect some of you do as well. The same. The same. And now the secrets. Oh, there was another room, right. Same. 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 What are the hidden truths that we have yet to unveil? It's the silly ending. On day 10 of our operation, there was a completely unrepeatable accident at a toxic waste dump that also happened to be the world's chocolate storage facility. The entire surface of the Earth has been transformed into the magical land of chocolate, and the atmosphere is now too delicious for human habitation. Those humans that didn't gorge themselves to death have been converted into a variety of ungodly caramel-blooded chocolate people. No one on the station dared to set foot down there because of the unfortunate diabetes outbreak that took place shortly after our launch. In the end, it was decided to implement the GFG project to try and salvage something of the world. Administration were trying to create humans with metabolism so advanced they could stuff themselves with as much fudge as they want and still squeeze inside of their pajama bottoms. Had the scheme worked, perhaps we would have been told the truth then when our unholy army of fudge scoffers was unleashed. But the scheme did not work, as we are all aware the virus we cleverly called Yellow Death killed or irrevocably mutated the entire germ-free generation save one. And while 1213 could easily eat enough chocolate to be crowned Milky King of all he surveyed, he just kept forgetting. God damn it. There are now not enough resources to begin the project anew, especially not now most of the quarantine decks are infested with mutants. I am not one for drama or hyperbole, and I am reasonably confident. The statement, I have nothing left to live for, blah, blah. I think this ending is the same. I think from here on out, inevitable diminishment of supplies, lonely end, yada, yada. In fact, on second thought, screw this for a lark. I think I'll pop down there and try my luck among the tasty ones. At least they're not as depressing as you guys. I haven't had decent chocolate in years. Yummies for my tummy.